Coming off an extremely tough divisional matchup, which saw Christian McCaffrey run all over this defense with about $150 in total yards, we would lose our first non-close game in quite a while, 35-9. And that would open up a stretch of divisional games, as today we'll be meeting the Arizona Cardinals. We will be at home, and this is an Arizona Cardinals team who has outperformed expectation over the last year and about a half. They're 3-3 this year. They actually did really well last year. We're rivaling towards the top of the division, though the 49ers did end up winning the division. But this should be a tough matchup. And it's going to be different than any game we've played prior to this one. And that is because we have finally installed the Mat 10 sliders. It's kind of the gold standard here for sliders in Madden. We talked a little bit about it the last couple Rams videos about should we do it, should we not do it? And I figured we're going to do it for a couple different reasons. And as you can see here, interceptions, even for us, have been toned down, though pass coverage is going to be a little bit higher. I think that ends up working. But also, it's getting lowered for the CPU, while not really changing the pass coverage all too much. We've seen a lot of interceptions on routes that looked open, and they get undercut. It happens at least once a game, if not a couple times a game. So hopefully this slider set will help with that. On top of that, we are going to see lower run blocking ratings here, or sliders here, though I have went through a big practice run prior to recording this, and everything still seems to be running smoothly. So it should just overall make a more balanced, more realistic approach, and that is what we're looking for. So the Cardinals will be our first test with this slider set, and if things don't quite work how I would like them to, we'll adjust them as they are, but we're going to rock with Mat 10 because, like I said, gold standard. Hopefully, it will produce that good gameplay, and hopefully our team will also produce some good gameplay. As we are 1-6, that could easily be a 3-3 situation. We've had several close games not go our way. I would like to finally win either close game or just straight up win a game, and we'll see if that could happen here today against the Cardinals. And as we get this game underway, we'll be returning the opening kick. Weddington back at the goal line. We'll be headed out, has a little bit of some space, though it closes quickly. Down at the 22 for the offense to head out. Bo Harold has had a very hit or miss start to his career. Currently, he sits with 13 interceptions to 9 touchdowns. But again, with the slider set change, hopefully that'll start to clean itself up a little bit, though there is still going to be some inaccuracies as we start with a run down the middle that gains nothing. Or at least, at best, half a yard. As I do say, 2nd and 9 as we spread wide here. Still going to stick with a run play, try to find a gap, but a great stop by Collins. Just another short gain. And we will be seeing Nakua at the slot receiver today, with Claypool out on the outside in the 3 receiver sets. And that's once again due to another injury, as we will find Nakua downfield with a good adjustment as pressure was bearing down. But as we've seen often, every single week we've had a practice injury, and we actually have 2 on the offense. Quez Watkins is out, and the backup center is out as well, as we will try to roll out, dumping this one off short of Tanya. So as we tried to install the big guy group, bringing Allen in at center for the 3rd and 2s, the 4th and 1s, as we do finally get a little bit of a gain here. This time Evans checks in, picks up 7. But unfortunately, as mentioned, we will not be having that big man group, so it's going to be down to the rookie and McAllister to bow up if we ever need those 4th and shorts. As we'll swing this one out wide, we're going to have DeGuara with the first down, but a flag is down. We're going to have to check in on this. Could be a quick holding call. That's exactly what it's going to be. So it'll end up being a 3rd and 13. The rookie tackle in Dickinson credited with that hold. As we have Tutu Atwell on this right-hand side with a little bit of some space. I do like it, but not enough time to throw, as Ngankwe straight through the line will be a sack and a punt away. So as Kyler Murray and his offense heads out, they'll be started back at the 23. With a spread look, they have two either side. Space across the middle with wide open spaces for a first down as they find Brown. Now today we're continuing to shake up this defensive line a little bit. Smith is going to get the start as the edge man is Okoronkwo applies some pressure. They do get the ball to Brown once again, another gain. This time just 7 though. Brown is coming off a pretty good game, 5 catches, 61 yards. As we have a 2nd and 3 with trips out to the left-hand side. We have the man versus man, and what should have been a knockaway there for Murray will end up being a catch for Hayden Hurst. We did see a return to just overall bad coverage against the tight ends last time out against the 49ers. They used and abused us across the middle, and we're going to need to see some improvement as a gain of 7 goes to Zeke. We did well for a short bit, about a span of about 3 games when it was the close matches and dealing with the tight ends. Need to see us get back to that spot with a quick rush. That's the offensive lineman. Bonito gets the hit on Kyler, but he delivers a good ball. Hollywood Brown once again. And Kyler's definitely changed his style, at least this season, maybe a little bit from the last season. He's not as much of a scrambler, more so a field general. Though oddly enough, they do go with a scramble here and a couple bad angles, and Kyler Murray goes untouched into the end zone. Have to do better there for this defense. But you do just have to appreciate the irony there of talking about how he switched his style to a field general and then runs for a touchdown as we start our second drive with a 1st and 10. Trying to get to the outside, we have some good blocks. Akers maybe didn't need that juke. Still a gain of 4 on first down isn't bad. And Harold very well could do well as a field general for us if we give him some time, and he does have it. Corey Davis downfield, but the ball inaccurate with an open receiver. Could have been a massive gain. That's exactly what I was referring to last possession when I talked about there is still going to be times where there's just bad accuracy that maybe will end up costing us as we try to get this ball out late, but nowhere to get it to. It's a quick 3 and out after going down 7. And this is not going to be good. It's going to be a punt return. The very first time we see Clifford just take that one right down the middle. Just bad attempts at tackling so far today, and we've got to clean it up. It's put us down 14-0. So as we head out for our 3rd offensive possession, the Cardinals have only had 1 offensive possession, yet they are up 14-0. Have to clean that up. DeGuara right down the middle. And so far, Bo Harold has struggled massively when under pressure. His accuracies have just gone out the window. As we have a 2nd and 10, we'll go back to the run, try to find some space. Akers will power forward for 3. Another part of those slider changes was to fatigue. So we should see a lot more rotation at all the spots as we're having to roll across the field. We have Nakua with wide open spaces, a good pass this time, not going to juke by the safety in Thompson with good open field tackle, but a huge gain for this offense. And once again, we find it to the sophomore receiver who's definitely staked claim as needing to be out at the receiver spot. Just where it's going to be, if it's on the outside or in the slot, depends as we miss another throw. Another thing I want to try to get done here in the passing game is get the running backs involved in more than just the halfback screens, but that's what we're going to go with here. We overrun our blockers, but Akers makes the first man miss, make things more manageable here on 3rd down. And we do have a competition for that 2nd running back spot. It's Evans who's getting that main, rotation role. He picks up a first down here for us, his 2nd carry, 14 total on the day. And he will send us on into the 2nd quarter, where we are down 14-0 at the 24, needing to end this drive with some points. But who's it going to be? Across the middle, we have Claypool, who drops it. Yes, he just heard the footsteps there of Buda Baker. Be a gain of nothing, as on 2nd and 10, we do bring back out Akers, trying to find some space, trying to push through, and we'll keep those legs moving. A short gain of 3. So far today, Ngankwe having himself a pretty good start. As we have 3rd and 7. Nakua to that back left pylon could be nice. We'll see how it opens up. That's where we're going to go, but it looks like it's overthrown when he beat Long Sr. to the corner. We'll have to settle for the field goal attempt. And the accuracy sliders were not changed. This is just what we're seeing with Harold. The offensive line allowing pass rush. We'll luckily get 3 points on the board, but definite work to do as we move forward through this game. And as we've had to do for a large portion of this series is rely on our defense to keep us in these games until the offense gets moving. And that's what we need to find here as Zeke does find some space, gain a 4-play 1. And if we could find some ways to bring some extra pressure as well, I think that would help us out. On 2nd and 6, we will send that blitz, forcing Kyler to scramble, but he has Hayden Hurst wide open as he crosses the field up to the 50. We are sacrificing a little bit of speed in starting Smith over Carl Lawson, but up to this point, I don't think Lawson had a single sack or even a quarterback hit, so it makes sense to get some competition out there, as Adebo does allow the catch, gain of 9. Rondale Moore getting his first reception, as they'll stay spread here on 2nd and 1. It will be a pass with pass rush bearing in, but Rice, who's getting the start once again on the outside, not tight enough coverage. We were having Byron Jones on the outside the last couple games, and he was starting to give up some plays downfield, so we want to stick with the young guy as Murray gets the hit, but Moore holds on to it. I would say so far not seeing much change with the slider set really affecting the opposition's offense. They're running pretty smoothly as there's a good tackle from Byron Jones sent on the blitz as Dylan Parham. A little bit shaken up, looks like something wrong with that wrist, maybe forearm. So he will head to the locker room as the Cardinals have a 3rd and 5. As we come out with some man coverage, and they will find 14, who just keeps bouncing off the tackles. We'll get another first down for the Cardinals, down to the 13. So far, defense hasn't bowed up yet, as it's going to be a stretch to the weak side, and great blocking seals the edge. Zeke can just walk in. That was absolutely perfect blocking. Considering run blocking sliders were lowered, didn't look like it there. Well, there's still a lot of time left in this game, but we are down 21-3 as we need to find some points here. A touchdown before half would be huge. As we start with a halfback screen, Akers has some space, will pop off for about a gain of 18 as Thompson escorts him out of bounds. Just need to find ways to get these simple completions and get the ball downfield as it's 1st and 10, trying to set up a halfback or receiver screen. Why do I always struggle calling receiver screens? Apparently I just shouldn't call them because it's a loss of 2 either way. Rodgers, while not gambling, actually does pretty well as it's 2nd and 12. With about 3.5 minutes left here in the first half, Akers could not quite find the gap. It'll end up being another tackle for a loss for Ngakoue, who's playing essentially a nose tackle spot when he very much is not a nose tackle, as we do have to scramble out here. We get the ball out to Atwell, overthrown. 4th and 13 at the 41. And it will be a punt, and the Cardinals will have another chance to get some points on the board here before half. Or if our defense would like to finally make a play here for us, all the better. With a 1st and 10. It's an empty look here for Kyler, as he will throw outside once again, going to Hayden Hurst, who will get a catch of 4. Kyler Murray is 10 of 10 so far this first half, a little over 100 yards. As we'll try to send the quick blitz, again, coming up just short. But luckily the pass came up just too deep. Overthrown, and it will be 3rd and 6. A chance to get off the field here. If we could just get the stop. We don't send the blitz, though they do set up a halfback screen. And Kearse played it well, just couldn't quite get the tackle. Will be a first down just before the 2-minute warning. But as they let time run, they will head us inside the 2-minute warning. With a 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. We send the quick blitz once again. This time, Bonito hits home. We'll drop Kyler Murray for a loss of 6. Again, the goal of this drive is don't allow any more points before half, as it's once again going to be an empty set for the Cardinals. Letting time run. Kyler with a quick throw will find Zeke out from the slot receiver spot, picking up a few yards there, bringing up 3rd and 8. And as the clock ticks under a minute left here, Looks like Kyler's going to scramble. A big hit comes in from Graham. Timeout from the Rams. Looking for some points before half here to draw things closer, especially as the Cardinals will start off with the ball. We will be starting from deep in our own territory at the 12, following a block in the back on the punt return. We'll start with Nakua, trying to get that jet sweep to the outside. He does find space to the outside, but again, we have Ngakoue kind of shaking things up for us out there, as we're going to shake things up a little bit here. Flip the formation. We have 2 timeouts remaining, about 25 seconds and counting. A little bit of some play action. We're going to have to roll. We have Corey Davis, but we don't get the pass out, and now timeouts coming in from the Cardinals. Overall, just bad play there, and we need to see Bo Harrell get that ball out, even in the face of pressure. As we'll just hand this one off. Evans, gonna keep those legs moving. We'll pick up what we can and punt away, with about 16 seconds left for the Cards. Though after the punt return will be 7 seconds. So we just need to not, again, just no points given up. Quick throw across the middle. Hayden Hurst drops it. Heard the footsteps of Murray Jr. And that should leave us with just one more play left this half. A half that we definitely would like to learn from quickly and move on from. As it's a good stop there. Murray also had Graham there. Will send us into half. Like mentioned though, just not a good half for us. That punt return given up definitely hurt us. Down 21-3, our offense has struggled to move the ball, despite having several good opportunities, just ones we continue to miss out on. Defense, some things to clean up. Play across the middle has been a little bit too open. Just need to tighten up that coverage a little bit as we look around the league. First up, we have in division, 49ers currently down to the Cowboys 14-7. Cowboys looking for their 5th win, while 49ers try to build upon their current 5 wins. As for the second matchup, we're going to have Green Bay taking on the New Orleans Saints. And this Green Bay victory, 34-14. Packers move to 2-5, getting their 2nd win. Saints get their 6th loss after Jordan Love 3 touchdown day, a little over 200 yards, not too shabby. Dropping a little bit south of there, we have the Vikings taking on the Bears. Vikings up 21-14 just before half. Kirk Cousins still there, 2 touchdowns, compared to just 1 touchdown for Fields, though 4 of 4. But as we tune back into our game, second half is underway. As Clifford, who had the punt return, will step out of the end zone here. Not much of a lane. Shucks off one guy. Almost got away from the last. Byron Jones will get the stop, as the Cardinals will head out at the 29. They had a really good first half attacking that midfield area. I mean, both in short, medium, deep, meaning of medium, as well as a sack coming in for the rookie, Smith. The draftee from about the mid-rounds, actually getting the start over our first-round pick. And already in just starting one game, has more sacks than Carl Lawson, who was starting at that spot. 2nd and 18. Quick throw across the middle. They will find Wilson, who breaks away, keeps those legs moving. We gotta find ways to negate these yards after contact. And on 3rd and 4, that might be really important for us, as we're going to send the double A-gap blitz. Bonito bumped. They're going deep. We'll have Hollywood Brown. It was pretty tight coverage. Rice was there. Just a really well-thrown ball there from Murray, dropping it in where only his guy was going to get to it. As they go to Zeke, who takes the big shoulder from Murray. Loss of 1. Outside of the touchdown run for Zeke in that first half, there was just tremendous blocking. Really hasn't done a whole lot. He's not as highly rated as he used to be. As we have a 2nd and 11. Hard count, no one jumps. So the quick throw to the outside. Once again going Brown's way. But Rice in tight coverage. Does get the tackle immediately for a 3rd and 7 at about the 32. Need a first down at the 25. Kyler from the pocket. Has some couple options. Murray's going to step up and tackle Murray for a short gain. Defense does not give up a touchdown here, at least knock on wood. Field goal unit out. From about the 36, it is up and through for Graham Gano. So while it was definitely a better drive from our defense, still would have preferred giving up no points, as we have a first down for our offense here, taking the field for the first time this half. Trying to get this ball out late. We do find Akers, but he can't hold on to it. Collins knocks it free. And those little drops, even if it's just 2-3 yards, they all add up. As we have a 2nd and 10 here, Akers with a subtle juke, but Collins just all over him today. Definitely feels like the team a step behind just the overall athleticism here of the Cardinals. As we have a 3rd and 8, another play action. Everyone's covered, let's dump this one off. We have Tanyan, who has the first down and a good bit more, about a gain of near 20 yards up to the 46. And with that play, we finally go over 100 yards passing with Bo Harold. Some off coverage on the outside. See if we could find a way around that. Everything covered well. Gonna step up with Bo Harold, who has some sideline to work with. Gonna be a massive scramble for the non-running quarterback. 21 yards for Bo Harold. We really just have to take what the defense gives us. Even if it's not really running our style of game, we need the yards. Right across the middle, Tanyan sliding down with a catch. Closest defender, Buda Baker, does tap him down after he lands on the ground. Well, so far this drive moving a lot more smoothly, so some halftime adjustments definitely coming into effect here for us. As we're going to have to try to roll out, let's throw this one away, avoid a sack. Where we've struggled is after one of these downs where we were moving and then it takes a step back. We struggle to recover. Let's see if we can find a little bit of space here. As Akers bounce off one guy, though he somehow still ends up getting the tackle. We pick up 5, 3rd and 5. And we'll come out with a split backfield from shotgun. Gonna motion over Parkinson's. He'll leak back to the left-hand side. Have some underneath routes as well. Though everything pretty much covered, and Harold is just gonna have to eat the sack. 4th and 12. Really don't feel like a field goal helps us out a whole lot, though. So at this point, we're gonna be gutsy, and we're gonna go for it. From a weak eye, we're gonna try to roll out DeGuara, see if he can find some space. He's covered well, but we have a trailing receiver, and it's tipped away by Collins. That pass just needed to be a little bit higher, and we could have had Nakua for a touchdown. But once again, we let an opportunity slip through our fingers, or more likely just get tipped away from our fingers. As they try to set up a run to Zeke, once again bouncing to the outside with some just tremendous blocking. It's not even Zeke doing the work, it's the offensive line. We've seen it a couple times where this right guard will just get out in the open space, getting to that 2nd, even 3rd level, and is really opening up the spaces here for Zeke. So who knows, if they end up getting rid of him, we'll take him. A sack, though, comes in. Michael Pierce. The big boy hits home on the small scrambler, Kyler of Murray. 2nd and 15 will be another pass for the Cardinals. Swinging it out wide, they will find Zeke with a gain of about, well, pretty much all the lost yardage. And on a 3rd and 10, it's a great opportunity to get off the field here without giving up any points. As they will snap the ball, though they did not have to. With a pass to the outside, it will be Moore with the first down, sending us into the 4th quarter. We're still down 21 points. Need to get the ball back and get some points on the board quickly. One thing to note in the 2nd half, though, we are seeing a little bit more consistency with the pass rush, so hopefully we'll see a little bit more of that. They could force a big play. As a great run stop there by Bonito. Shed the block, let Zeke pick his lane, and met him in the backfield. Sometimes in these games, you got to find the little things to get excited about, as it's 2nd and 11. It's another shotgun look here for the Cardinals. With some short routes, they'll dump it off to the outside. Wilson not going to break first contact, though maybe because he got a little bit shaken up there. Michael Wilson a bit slow to get up. Couldn't quite tell you what was injured there, but he will head to the locker room to get checked out with another underneath throw. Hurst! They give him the first down. Looked like he stepped out prior to the line of game. But despite playing at our home field, refs give him the first down. 1st and 10 at the 34. As they'll go back to Zeke with space right down the middle. Good hit from J-Ron Curse, but still a really good gain on first down. Do have to give credit to the Cardinals. They've done really well despite whatever look we give them. As it is 2nd and 1. We send the quick blitz right across the middle. Hayden Hurst first down. Once again, just 2 incomplete passes for Kyler Murray today. And this defense has shaken it up. They've ran some zone, some man, some blitz. No blitz. Doesn't matter. Right now, Cardinals are just dotting them up as they go with another tight end. This time their backup tight end picking up 7 yards. And this is more of what I was referring to prior to the scramble touchdown from Kyler Murray earlier in the game, where he's very much more now that field general, just letting the game go as it lies, as it's a first down for Elliott. There's really no pressing with Kyler Murray right now. He's simply just taking whatever we give him. With a 1st and goal, he does make a check. Trying to find some space to the outside. Wilson back in the game, shakes off the tackler and falls forward. Through Rice for another first down, widening their lead even more. So as our offense takes the field here, with a little bit under 5 minutes left in this game, we are down 4 touchdowns, needing to find a way to strike quickly, but we can't even get the ball out without getting hit. We've seen at stretches throughout this season where this offensive line has struggled to keep Harold clean and give him even a slightly decent pocket, as even on this halfback screen, he's getting hit. Akers doing what he can, picking up 9, as we will go hurry up. Trying to get back to the line quickly here, needing the first down. We'll go back to Akers, trying to look for a cutback lane, but Collins once again all over it, and they say the ball pops free. It looks like a Cardinals defender has it. Though hold your horses, a booth review is called, so we'll have to take another look just to see if maybe we'll have to go for it on 4th down if it's a punt. Really hard to tell from this angle, but it looks like Akers was actually down. And indeed, that's what they call, though it is a 4th and 1. Needing a first down here. There is absolutely no blocking. This offensive line cannot handle any sort of short down and distances. And you could definitely credit part of that to the drafting and to the signees. A lot of the guys that we picked up are agile offensive linemen, and it's blatantly coming through right now that we don't have anyone who could push the pile. As Zeke with a nice juke picks up another first down. Still only 2 incompletions from Kyler Murray. And so far in this game, we really haven't had a whole lot of highlights. Have had some sacks, so that's good to see. We typically don't get a whole lot of those. But we needed a lot more than just that, as even in that tight coverage, it's caught. Slider set did lower quarterback accuracy for the user and catching, but it's been phenomenal. With some space down the middle, Zeke tries to bounce it, and even that's given a first down? I don't know about these refs in this one. There's some questionable calls. But overall, there's also just been really bad play from our defense with a 1st and goal here for the Cardinals. Trying to find some space. Zeke gets met, still gains a yard. Byron Jones sent on the blitz, does meet him though, falling forward as they done throughout the entirety of this game. And we'll try to continue to do. Zeke met at the line, gain of nothing. As we do have an injury, looks like the rookie linebacker in Graham. He's played pretty well the past couple weeks, helped out in that first start of slowing down tight ends. As it goes with the toss to the outside, Zeke met with a big hit once again. Murray and now Rondale Moore shaken up, so guys dropping here late. The defense will inevitably get the stop here, forcing a field goal attempt for Gano. Standing at the 17, we'll kick it at the 15. And it's some more points for the Arizona Cardinals, who have just dominated in just about every showing we've had against them. But as time is running out late on here, can this offense find any life late on and get at least 1 touchdown on the board? Well, no. At least not with that one. Lucky it wasn't an interception. Kyler Murray just the 2 incompletions. Meanwhile, Bo Harold is 9 of 22, and it's not all on him, though there have definitely been some bad passes, but he's been under duress, and that might just do it for us in this one. A sack, fumble, Ojulari recovers. Hopefully the Cardinals just run out this clock. And mostly they would try to just run it out, though. That would require our defense to tackle, and they did not. Giving up another touchdown to Zeke would be our worst showing since last year. There is not much good to talk about in this game. Offense was awful. Defense didn't do very well either. And there really just isn't much to add to the end of how that game went and thoughts upon that game. Overall, the team just played poor. And the things that were lowered in the sliders, I don't think were the things that were bad in this game. So the only thing about the sliders that I didn't quite like was the fatigue rate, though it was actually better in the second half compared to the first. And we do like to see some rotation. So overall, I think I'm happy with where this slider set is. It was just the team did not come ready to play today. They looked very lackadaisical out there. They were slow to get to on defense. They were slow to get to the ball. When we were in tight coverage, they wouldn't finish the play by breaking up a pass, swatting it away, or making a play on it themselves. So overall, everything there needs a whole lot of work. The offensive line was quite horrid in that game. There was not much time at all for us to get any sort of passing game going. And the receivers that we had out there, we really couldn't quite get going, and they weren't really in the spot I would prefer to play them at, and we'll talk a little bit about that as we move forward throughout this season. But that does make it, I believe, the second game where Corey Davis was under 100 yards, and in fact, he didn't even have a single reception in this game. We did target him a couple times. I want to say one was just an awful pass on what should have been a big play. We couldn't find him. Last week, Mitchell with the 49ers completely locked him up. He only had one catch for 15, so he started off the season really, really well. I mean, that is 5 straight games of 100-plus yards, and I completely spaced on it. He came out of retirement to come join our team, and after a really good start, a possible MVP race, we've seen 2 bad games, though again, I don't think it's quite him. Mitchell did really well with the 49ers, and we couldn't even have time to try to find a throw to him against the Cardinals. And Ngakoue killed us. Don't know how. We have finesse guys. He's a finesse guy across the middle. Should have done better there, so hopefully we'll see the team turn things around here against the Seahawks in tomorrow's episode. Again, it's a team we've struggled against, but they're 2-5, a team we should play well against, and if we want to make any headway here in the NFC West, need to do well against them. It's the 2 of us at the bottom, need to fight to get in towards that middle of the top, because right now it's 49ers Cardinals battling it out there. So we'll see if the team turns things around next go again, which will be out tomorrow. This series out every single Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday with the States Only Challenge. Could possibly be the last one of the Virginias out on Saturday, depending on how well they do. If you guys missed yesterday's episode of that series, definitely check it out. The state-only challenges will be posted every single Wednesday and Saturday, though that could come to an addition if they make it to the playoffs. So make sure you're checking all the different series, the 2 that we have going. 6 videos of those every single week, plus all the shorts, highlighting whatever we can find to highlight. It's going to be a tough one to find things to highlight from today's game. The defensive pass rush. We had some pass rush. That is a highlight. Hopefully we see more of that moving forward. So hopefully you see more of that moving forward. Hit the bell icon on the bottom right or scroll down, hit the subscription button. They both do the same thing in subscribing to the channel. And definitely make sure you hit the bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. As I mentioned, there's a whole lot of them every single week. So a lot of content, a lot to stick around for, and hopefully some better play as we come out next time. So until then, we'll see you guys later. Bye.